This video will show you how to use the Maryland edition of File Your State Taxes, an integrated state tax filing tool for taxpayers using IRS Direct File. Taxpayers who want to use File Your State Taxes should start their tax filing process by navigating to directfile.irs.gov to file their federal return. For more on Direct File and its eligibility restrictions in 2025, visit directfile.irs.gov. Upon submitting a federal return with Direct File, taxpayers in Maryland will be invited to continue to file your state taxes, and they will arrive here. Note that File Your State Taxes, like Direct File, is available in English and Spanish and offers assistance via live chat. File Your State Taxes live chat is currently open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, with additional hours during peak periods. Like Direct File, File Your State Taxes is mobile first, meaning it is designed to display just as well on a mobile phone as on a desktop computer, though you can use it on both. Note that we will continue to iterate and improve on File Your State Taxes throughout 2025, so this tool may look a little different later in the year than it does in this video. Finally, note that you are watching portions of this video in our demo environment, so a few things look a little different than they do in production. First, File Your State Taxes will confirm that this is the right tool for me. This year, there are a few scenarios File Your State Taxes does not support, which taxpayers also will have been warned about on irs.gov before starting Direct File. Taxpayers cannot have withdrawn money from a Maryland first-time homebuyer account and used the funds for non-qualifying expenses, and married taxpayers filing jointly with their spouse must live in the same taxing area as their spouse. This year, we support common credits and deductions, but there are some that we do not support. Taxpayers who want to claim unsupported provisions or don't meet one of the eligibility criteria have an opportunity to file with a Partner Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, or VITA, site this year. Taxpayers create and authenticate their account by confirming their phone number or email address. In this case, I'll select Email Authentication. File Your State Taxes sends a code to my email that I'll enter here. No additional identity verification is required on top of the rigorous verification which taxpayers have already done on the IRS side. Next, I'll decide if I'd like to receive notifications about my account via phone, email, or both. In this case, I'll get notifications to the email address I used to verify my account. Then, I'll agree to the File Your State Taxes terms and conditions. The next step is the key to File Your State Taxes. Taxpayers now import their federal return data from Direct File. Taxpayers are taken back to the IRS website to consent to the data transfer. If they've just used Direct File, they will likely still be logged in. Otherwise, they'll simply have to log back into their account. Taxpayers consent to the data transfer with just one click. Note that taxpayers can only import their data once their federal return has been accepted by the IRS system, which usually takes just a few minutes, though it can take longer on busy days. For this demo, I filed federally as married filing jointly with one dependent, and with 2 W-2s, interest income, and Social Security income, and I claimed the EITC, the CTC, and the Child and Dependent Care Credit. Back on File Your State Taxes, we processed the federal return information behind the scenes. We'll need to ask just a few more questions to complete a Maryland return. Note that we only ask questions that are relevant to a taxpayer's particular situation, and so the pages a taxpayer sees in this section will depend on the details of their federal return. Some taxpayers could see slightly different questions than you're seeing here. My information is automatically saved as I go through this process, and I can always log back in to finish my return later. First, I'll indicate whether the mailing address I provided on my federal return is where I lived on December 31st. If not, I would enter my permanent address here. Next, I'll provide the county and the political subdivision within that county where I lived at the end of the year. Next, I'll see a screen confirming the income forms that were transferred from my federal return. I can review and edit the state-specific boxes of those forms if I made a mistake entering those on Direct File. Finally, I'll provide my driver's license information to confirm my identity. This step is optional, but is encouraged. In this case, I'll provide my license information, but not my spouse's. That's it. Those are all the questions I'll have to answer to complete my state return. On this page, I can review my answers and go back and edit anything that's wrong. Behind the scenes, using data from my federal return, File Your State Taxes completed the rest of my tax return and claimed the credits and deductions that I'm eligible for, including, in this case, the subtraction and credit for child and dependent care expenses, the subtraction for Social Security income, the subtraction for income from U.S. government bonds, the 2-income subtraction for married taxpayers, the state and local earned income tax credits, and the senior tax credit. Next, I'll decide how I want to receive my refund, or, conversely, depending on my situation, how to pay my tax owed. In this case, I'll select Direct Deposit. One last thing. Maryland taxpayers are asked to provide whether they have health insurance coverage. If not, taxpayers can sign up to learn more about options from Maryland Health Connection. I'll say my family was covered in 2024. Finally, I'll agree to the e-file consent language, and I'll file my return. Just like that, I've e-filed my state return with Maryland. I can download a PDF of my return here from my records. I can also log back in to download this PDF at a later time. File Your State Taxes will notify taxpayers via email or phone, as they indicated earlier, when the return is accepted by Maryland, or if any changes are required. File Your State Taxes is available for taxpayers using IRS Direct File in Arizona, Idaho, Maryland, New Jersey, and North Carolina in 2025. To get started, start filing your federal return at directfile.irs.gov.